Stacy the Blackfeather Intuitive, and welcome to Divinely Decked Tarot and Oracle Reviews done Stacy style. And oops, I did it again. I bought an eBay lot box. And with this one, I've got 6 new decks, new to me. They are used decks, but let's check them out. I'm going to show you one at a time. Today, we are going to be exploring one that I found very interesting, not sure how I'm going to like the imagery or not, but let's check it out. Without further ado, let's get to it. So today we are checking out the Wheel of Fortune Tarot. And the first thing that I'm noticing here, it's designed and printed by Shinzen, the Wheel of Fortune Spiritual Art Creation Company Limited, wheeloffortunetarot.com. Loving that it's a black box, it's a matte box, and of course we have this beautiful copper gilding. It's an eye, sort of that third eye that's shining brightly. I'm liking the box already because it really is a box where we are, sort of lifting things up. Ooh, let's take a look at the inside here. Meaning is not something you stumble across, like the answer to a riddle or the prize in a treasure hunt. Meaning is something you build into your life. You build it out of your own past, out of your affections and loyalties, out of the experience of humankind as it is passed on to you, out of your own talent and understanding, out of the things you believe in, out of the things and people you love, out of the values for which you are willing to sacrifice something. The ingredients are there. You are the only one who can put them together into that unique pattern that will be your life. Let it be a life that has dignity and meaning for you. If it does, then the particular balance of success or failure is of less account. Quote by John William Gardner. Ooh, I love that. Okay, so if that's any indication of what I'm about to experience, I'm pretty excited. And so again, this is a used tarot deck. All of the decks in this particular lot box are used. Of course, Mr. Neo has to come in and make his presence known. And with this particular deck as well, I believe that 4 out of the 6 decks might be out of print or are vintage. And I'm not sure which ones are which. I'm going to have to kind of do a little research and look it up. But here we have the title card, the Wheel of Fortune Tarot. So first thing I'm noticing, I love the black background. It feels plasticky. So I do have another deck, the Mood Tarot, that is on this plastic sort of cardstock. Not sure how I feel about it. It's mixed. I mean, it shuffles all right. They kind of they fall all over the place when you shuffle them in this way. But I want to say they do they do kind of last. I'm sorry, I'm just going to tweak this here. Once again, cat messing with all of my stuff. I would never want to live without them, but OMG, sometimes it's like, come on now, I got to work. So loving the gold gilding on this deck. The back of it here, it's the Shinzen playing cards. Talks a little bit about the different things that they do. There's a contact person, Ivy Fang, and all of her information. All right, let's take a look. Ooh. So liking this Fool. So I'm usually not a borders girl, but liking the border here because you're still getting a flavor for the background. Oh, they've imprinted the 0, but it's not etched in color, but it's in the card itself. Yeah, it's been stamped in there. Oh, I love that. That's so freaking cool. So here we have the Fool card, the Magician. Oh, I love that it's a woman. The High Priestess. Oh, beautiful. So we don't have any pomegranates here, but we've got beautiful red flowers. Always makes me think a little bit of that Persephone energy, as above, so below. I'm liking the color palette so far. The Empress. Oh, it's like she's on a beach. She's with the ocean. There's a beautiful sunrise or a sunset. Also looks a little like a big bird in the sky. That's gorgeous. The Emperor. So you can tell these things are hand drawn. I kind of like that idea because I can't draw to save my life. So when I do have something that is hand drawn, I really appreciate the effort that goes into it. Here we have the Emperor, almost like a fairy tale energy. The Hierophant. Some of the artwork here puts me in mind of like Christmassy cartoons when I was a kid. The Lovers. I love that it's two women in this deck. More inclusive, more diversified. Here we have the Chariot. Oh, so a single horse, but the horse is running the show. And it's like, okay, you've got to tame this wild horse. How are you going to tame this wild horse? 8, Strength. Oh, she's with it looks like a bear. Either a bear or a really big bunny. No, it's a bear. Bunnies would have longer ears. No, that definitely looks like a bear. The Hermit. Oh, loving the colors in this Hermit. Very hopeful. It's a hopeful energy, and we're still getting the night sky. The Wheel of Fortune. Love that. Traditional nod to the Rider-Waite-Smith, but also unique enough that it stands out on its own. Justice. Yeah, she's really thinking about things, and she's in black and white, and the world that she has to judge has some color, separating herself from the emotion. The Hanged Man. He looks funny. Again, this reminds me of like fairy tale energy or like, Christmassy kind of cartoons from when I was a kid. Temperance. Oh, Death. Sorry, Death card. Blacks, whites, and grays. Beautiful. Temperance. This is interesting. So we only see one of her hands. The other hand, it's like it's magic or it's coming from source. Source energy is alchemizing what she's got going on. She is an angel, so we are seeing the angel wings. The Devil. So we have kind of a dragon-like creature. Not exactly a dragon, maybe a dragon. Yeah, maybe a dragon. The Tower. Interesting. It almost looks like a rocket ship. The Star card. Oh, cool. They've gone really on the nose with that. Lots of stars, but one star really stands out above the rest. And it's not a 5-pointed star. In fact, it's a 7-pointed star. That's kind of interesting. The Moon, we have the Owl. Oh, he's cute. And the moon is big and yellow. The Sun. Loving this, and we're seeing the bird coming out of the sun or being featured in front of the sun. Loving this. It's, again, kind of a beach scene, but with sunset colors and sunset energies. Oh, I love this Judgment card. Loving the colors here. So they haven't come to life yet, but they're ready. They're ready to answer the call. The World. Beautiful. Yeah, she's definitely in celebration there. Ace of Wands. That's so pretty. 2 of Wands. I love that she is like she's in purple. She's in royalty, sovereignty, feeling a sovereign energy, feeling the Alps, kind of like the Swiss Alps. Definitely a European feel here. She's making a choice. And in fact, I feel like she's made a choice. And now she's trying to figure out how to apply that choice, how she's going to move forward. 3 of Wands. And I feel like here she's made the choice. So now she's saying, okay, I'm waiting for this ship to come in. I'm going to take this ship and I'm going to go in a new direction. I'm going to expand my horizons. 4 of Wands. Beautiful. Graduation. Loving the colors. 5 of Wands. Very interesting. So I know this is a person just in a bunch of armor, kind of covered up clothing or whatever, but it gives me the feeling of like a reptile, not a reptile, like a turtle or something. It's very interesting. But 5 of Wands, there's discord here, having to work through the discord. 6 of Wands. Oh, I love the purple horse. So definitely that, we've got the laurel wreath, the victory. Their victory is going through the meadow. I want to say kind of taking a look at the spoils of their of their victory. But looking back, looking behind, and that's the thing with the Six of Wands is you won the battle, but you haven't won the war. You can take a moment to celebrate, but don't rest on your laurels because there's always something else, right? There's always something else coming up. Here we have the Seven of Wands, a card of defense, defending your territory, defending what you've won. Eight of Wands, swift release. This almost feels like targeting the boat, targeting the ship. Nine of Wands, interesting. So it's a card of control. She's not wounded here. We're not seeing wounding necessarily, although one of these wands kind of looks like it could be going right through her head. But so that in that sense, it can be a wound. But she doesn't look unhappy to me. She looks more like she's pleased at everything that she's got, but she's ready to rest. She's ready to take a break, take a load off. 10 of Wands. Interesting. She can't see. So she's got so much that she can't see. She doesn't know how to release what is no longer serving her. That's really interesting. Page of Wands. Oh, I love the parakeet that is on her on the tip of her wand. That is really cool. She's naked as well, so that page energy, student energy, youthful energy, not knowing enough, not having enough experience to know what you need to know or what you don't need to know, and therefore the innocence comes into the mix where she's like, all right, let's do this, let's figure it out. Knight of Wands, here she goes. Nothing's going to stop her. She got the information she needed and she's ready to go. She's ready for that quest. Love this Queen of Wands energy. So simple, so on the nose about it. I love the feeling. I love her hair. I love her dress. I love the way she's holding the wand. I love the sunflowers here, the blue sky. It's beautiful. King of Wands. Looking off, looking pensive. Interesting. Wouldn't have expected a pensive King of Wands. Ace of Cups, a beautiful Ace of Cups. I love that it's kind of at dusk, at nighttime. Two of Cups. And so two soulmates coming together. It's interesting that we have this lion's head, partially the caduceus wand. The lion's head is showing up. I feel that these two are healers and they're going to do things together regarding healing related stuff. Three of Cups. And PS and FYI, I don't get that always when I look at a Two of Cups. I see it more as a soulmate card, a union, a pairing, a partnership. This I'm getting very clearly that it is about health and healing. Three of Cups. So Three of Cups is that celebration, celebratory energy. Also being careful of how much gossip you're doing. Pay attention to the words that you are using. Pay attention to who you're saying what to, because words hurt and words matter. Four of Cups. So despondency, delay, disappointment. Also, this is a card that gives you permission to integrate different lessons, different learnings. And we often overlook that. Five of Cups. So grief, loss. Sometimes I say this is like don't cry over spilled milk. Focus on what's in front of you or focus on what's ahead of you. Six of Cups, nostalgia. Oh, I'm liking this. I like the fountain. I like the cups within a larger cup. I like that they are exchanging some flowers. They're exchanging pleasantries. It's a peaceful exchange. Seven of Cups. So choice, dreams and illusions. Okay, Fuzz, that's not going to work for me. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Choo, choo, choo. Thank you. I'm feeling a lot of rainbow energy here. Thank you, Fuzz. That's a good boy. Feeling a lot of rainbow energy here, feeling a lot of hope, courage, calm after the storm, even though this has nothing to do with the Seven of Cups. This is the feeling that I'm getting. These are all the choices that are available just when you thought that there was nowhere else to go, just when you thought the storm was never going to let up, it does. And here you are. And what are your next choices? Eight of Cups. So you've made your choice and now you are walking on to a new journey. And I often see mountains as journeys when I'm tapping in for clients. So this makes a lot of sense. You're on to the next journey. And this gives me the feeling of like an otherworldly journey, going to the moon, right? You're thinking bigger. This is you're walking away from something that you've either outgrown or something that is just simply too small for you, not going to get you where you need to be. And it's about thinking bigger, going bigger. Nine of Cups, wishes fulfilled. Yes, she looks happy. She's got everything she needs. 10 of Cups, the ideal outcome. I love that it's like a champagne fountain. That is so cool. Page of Cups. So we're seeing a hint of the fish. We're seeing her eyes closed, or maybe she's just looking down at the fish, but I feel like she's imagining, she's dreaming, she's getting creative. Here we have the Knight of Cups. Moving on till dawn, right? And it's interesting that it's all of the same colors that you would expect to see in a wand, but we're seeing it in the cups energy. So I don't know, I find that interesting. Knight of Cups is the suitor, the knight in shining armor, the idealist, the romanticist. And so we're getting a lot of oranges and yellows here. So, really soul-led sexuality, sensuality, creative expression and flow, the ocean of our emotion. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Queen of Cups. I love, once again, that she's on the beach. She's got a Buddha head here. King of Cups. He's looking pretty content with himself. Content with his life. Ace of Swords. Ooh, that's a pretty sword. I love that we have one wing and we've also got sort of dragon-esque energy or even lizard-esque energy here. Two of Swords. This is interesting because she's holding the swords, but it looks like there's someone else that's placing the swords in her hand. So one of her hands and one of somebody else's hands. They look like they're part of a team because they're both wearing the same bracelets or armband. That's really interesting. Three of Swords. I love that the swords are red in this suit. Three of Swords, very typical of a Three of Swords card. Four of Swords, that rest, support, grace, moving on to calmer shores. Rest and truce. That's what I mean. Rest and truce. I was telling you about the Six of Swords. Four of Swords, rest and truce, getting out of your head and getting into your heart space. Five of Swords. So conflict. Was it worth it? Yeah, you got all the swords. Now what are you going to do? Do you even have enough hands to carry all the swords? You've lost allies now, potential allies. And was it worth it? And it was all based on ego. I'm seeing all this bright yellow, all based on ego. Six of Swords, support, grace, moving on to calmer shores. There you go. We just had a little sneak peek. Mom and the baby, and a person who is saying, I got you. I'm gonna help you, get you to safer places. Seven of Swords. So definitely a masked individual. This is very much about that. I want to say the integrity piece, someone stealing from you or being dishonest with you, not giving you all the information, stealing your swords. Eight of Swords, entrapment. But on the other side of it is liberation. And if she were to wiggle her way out and wiggle her way through, she might be slightly injured, but they would be superficial wounds. And she would be able to know exactly where she can get help. Nine of Swords. So anxiety in our dream state. And here we can't even see the person's eyes or the person's face. So they are really stuck in their head. 10 of Swords. This 10 of Swords energy is interesting. So we've got all of the, the 9 swords here, and there's only one sword that has gone through. And so it feels like you're in the process of saying goodbye to the old. You're in the process of that phoenix energy. It hasn't fully taken effect yet. Page of Swords. This is interesting. Examining the sword, trying to figure out where it's going to fit into your plan. Knight of Swords. Interesting. Okay, so fully covered, fully armored. You're not really able to see the face. You're just sort of able to see the mask. Queen of Swords. Looking off into the distance. We're seeing a side profile of her. King of Swords. We're seeing him head on. Ace of Pentacles, planting seeds. So we have not a full castle, we have 2 turrets. And so there's going to be more that we're going to build. We're going to build upon it. But here's what we're starting with. 2 of Pentacles, balance. 3 of Pentacles. So this is really cool. So this is a card of collaboration. And I like that we're seeing, sort of, I'm going to say as above, so below. In one aspect of things, but also that we're seeing this is where we dream up the thing, and this is where the dream is realized. 4 of Pentacles. So this guy, rather than looking like he's trying to protect things, it looks like he's actually putting some work into his pentacles. So trying to make more for himself. 5 of Pentacles, interesting. So this is typically a card of worry. I do feel that she's like on a beach. She's on the shore. She's around, here we've got the ocean and she's on the sand. It definitely looks like she's naked. So there's some vulnerability here. There's the potential that she could be taken over by the waves or taken over by the sand, depending on how we're looking at it. But she's looking down. It's like she's not paying attention to what's right in front of her. I like that depiction. 6 of Pentacles. So generosity, reciprocity, give and take, reinvestment. 7 of Pentacles, reaping rewards for the harvest. 8 of Pentacles. This gives me the feeling of spider web, of weaving your web, of the work that's going into, perfecting your craft. I really like this. I like the colors that are being used here. 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, this is really fun. So, she is sharing her gifts. She's sharing her zone of genius with the world, and she's got her little familial with her. So I feel like she's also gracing the ocean, the world, her feelings, her emotions, other people's feelings and emotions. She's gracing everyone with the love of her familial. That's a big deal when you share your familial with another person. It's like my fur babies are my fur babies. And I love it when they love the people that I love, but I wouldn't love it if they loved the people that I loved more than they loved me. Right? So that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here, is that she's like, it's a treat that she's giving you, a taste of her world, her innards. 10 of Pentacles. So here we have the card of legacy. And I love here that what's being depicted is it's all women, the legacy of women that are coming into this, this particular image. Yay for women. Page of Pentacles. Interesting. It's a balancing act. Confident with what they're balancing, but it is a balancing act nonetheless. And trying to plan out and strategize, where am I going to plant this particular seed? Because I'm going to take this journey and I got to carry this on my head. So I need to know where I'm going. I need to understand, sort of the direction of where I'm going, because this is no small feat. Knight of Pentacles. So here we have the horse and the rider going in the opposite direction to what we had with the swords and the wands. That's really interesting. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, she's so pretty. Loving the colors here, representing that bounty, representing the abundance, representing her diversity. And here we have the King of Pentacles. He looks a little Egyptian to me. I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just me kind of tapping into it, but he looks a bit Egyptian to me. And I like that. I like all things Egyptian. Okay, so in true Stacy style, I'm going to shuffle these up and we'll pull a card and see how this deck wants to work with you if you want to work with it. Wow, I'm really pleasantly surprised with this imagery. Wasn't really sure. I looked it up. Anytime I do these lot boxes, I definitely look up the cards. Oh, look, it's gilded. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that it's gilded as well in that nice shiny black. Um, I look up the images and try and get a feel for, the style of the deck. But in the end, you never know until you actually are, with your hands on the deck and working with the deck itself. So I'm very pleasantly surprised. Oh, I love it. Two of Wands. Taking me in a new direction, taking you in a new direction. I feel like this deck is really about showing you a different approach to what you already know, what you already feel. Not to say that it's going to counteract your own personal intuition, but I do feel like it's going to give you kind of some food for thought. It's going to give you something a little more to think about, especially with this Two of Wands. It's the globe, but I feel like when we're talking about this as a card of direction, she's already made her choice. She's not standing there and holding her two wands. Her two wands are behind her. She's already made her choice. And I feel like that's what this deck is all about. Like, it's going to acknowledge when you've already made your choice, and then it's going to give you healthy information, helpful information on how to commit to your choice and how to move forward to make it work for you. I love that it's the Wheel of Fortune tarot as well, because it does give that sense of luck and that sense of timing. It also encourages you to take a calculated risk. And I would say to you, this was a calculated risk even in the deck itself. The deck itself takes some calculated risks, some leeway with colors, and just again using this particular card. She's not holding the wands and looking out over what's to come. She's already made up her mind. She's already made the choice. So this is you. You've already made the choice. Now, how are you going to commit to it? How are you going to move forward? I feel like this would be an excellent deck to use for that very reason. When you've already made a choice and you just want to find out how it's going to turn out, or you want to understand what role you need to play or things you need to consider, because you've made that choice, this is the deck that's going to do it. Wow. So cool. Okay, guys. So that is this episode of Divinely Decked. I hope you really enjoyed exploring this Wheel of Fortune tarot. I know I'm super pumped to have this in my collection, and I can't wait to get into using it and learning its language and developing that relationship with it. Like, subscribe, click the bell. You know the drill. Click on the join button to check out how you can become a fabulous Phoenix with me, and we can keep the conversation going. Until I see you guys for another episode of Divinely Decked and Black Feather Couture, Divining a VIP Life, sending you lots of love, big hugs, and support. We will see you on the flip side, and transform well. That's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great to connect with you guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more content like this. And feel free to follow me on Blue Sky for even more content every single day. Can't wait to see you guys next week for another installment of Black Feather Couture, Divining the VIP Life.